book friends, I missed you. And are we ready for a book haul? Yes, yes, we are. Okay, I will say though that I am going to include some books that I did do a little video on a few months back because I had this small book haul there, but now I can make a book haul with more books. So I'm also going to include them, my rules, my rules. And also, nobody really saw that video, I think. So, anyways, let's just do a big book haul. I love those. I will say I'm trying not to buy that many books because, it's money. Let's all be responsible, right? But some books I just really want to get to. I have this audiobook ebook app and I do have a lot of books on that one, but some books is not available on there. But my library here in Denmark, it is for free and they have most books. Some they don't. So sometimes I just want to buy some of the books that I cannot get my hands on. Sometimes I just want to own specific books. And sometimes I just want to buy books. I don't know, but I'm trying to be responsible and not to buy so many books. But it has been harder ever since I started doing booktube. I don't know. Anyways, let's get started. The first one is from Ali Hazelwood, Bride and Maid. They are in the same series, and I read Bride last year, and I really, really liked it. It was so good. This is paranormal romance, and I think this was Ali Hazelwood's first paranormal romance book. I have not read any other books from her. She's a very popular author, right? But this was done in a really nice way. I gave it 5 stars. You do follow Misery and Loathe. Misery is a vampire and Loathe is a werewolf. And they find themselves in this arranged marriage because the tensions are a bit high between the werewolves and the vampires. So they're trying this thing out with this arranged marriage. So it is enemies to lovers. It was so good. If you loved Twilight when you were a teenager, maybe you will like this as an adult. Yeah, I think so. And then the second book is called Maid. I haven't read it yet, but I'm so excited to get to this. But I would love to do a reread of Bride as well, and then read Maid right after. Sometimes paranormal romance is just all what you need. It's easy to get through, but also very, very exciting. And you just bond with the characters so easily, right? So, yeah. Um, the whole nodding thing, that was weird, right? That was very, very weird. And if you're not into the spiciness and stuff like that, there's spiciness in this book. So, yeah. Let's put them right there. Okay. Then I got another romantasy series. It is a duology. I think it is. And the first one is called One Dark Window. I have had this for a while though, but I got the second book, excuse me, as a Christmas gift. Now I have the series. I think this is going to be amazing. I have heard so many great things about this series. It is romantasy. I believe it's adult romantasy, or new adult romantasy. And it's about Elspeth. And she comes from this kingdom, Blunder. And there's this big fog surrounding Blunder. And Elspeth, I think it's Elfpeth. I don't know. It's a weird name. She needs a monster, and she has this monster inside of her. Is that monster good or is it bad? I don't know. And I don't know where the romance lies in this book. Like, is it with the monster? I don't know. I don't think it's the monster. But yeah, I have heard amazing things. Since it is a duology, it's obviously not the longest. I don't know if that's a good sign because a romantasy series is just really good when it's long. The book, okay? Anyways, let's move on. Then I got the fourth book in the Nervermoor series, and I got it in Danish. the Nervermoor series is a middle grade fantasy series, and it's really similar to Harry Potter. And I loved Harry Potter when I was a child. I have read it so many times, but I know there's a lot of controversy. So if you're looking for something new, try the Nevermore series. I have the other books over there, but yeah, I got it in Danish because when my daughter gets older, I would love for her to be able to read these as well. She has cerebral palsy and she's 3 years old. But last year she started to talk, and I think her development is just doing so well. So I definitely think that cognitively she will be doing fine, and I hope that she will love reading as much as I do, and that's why I bought this series in Danish, so that she has this available for her as well. Maybe I could also just read it out loud to her. Anyways, you do follow Morrigan Crow. And Morrigan Crow lives with her family, not her mother and father, or her father, right? It has been a while since I read the first 3 books. They are not very nice to her, and then she gets kidnapped by this man, and he takes her to this other world. I don't know if kidnap is the right word. He saves her, actually. And he's kind of like running this town that they're going to, and she's going to live at his hotel, magical hotel. This world is magical, and there's this magical school. He's going to make her apply for this school, and she's like, I don't have any magical powers. And then there's a whole story there to be told, and I don't want to spoil much more, but it is so good. And that's how it is a little bit similar to Harry Potter, because you do follow these school years and a group of kids growing up, and it's so exciting. And it also has the trope, the chosen one, and just amazing. So whimsical as well. Usually, whimsical books can be pretty boring to me, because when it's all about the whimsicalcy, then it's just going to be a weird book. But this was done in the right way, the right amount, and it's also so funny at times. The hotel, for example, it has feelings, and when it's feeling sad, stuff is happening. When it's feeling happy, stuff is happening, and that was just done in such a good way. I adore this series. Go read it, everyone. Go read it if you can read middle grade. Obviously, middle grade is not for everybody. Yeah. Okay. Then I have If We Were Villains by L Rio. Sorry, it's itchy. I think this is Dark Academia. And you do follow Oliver, and he has been in prison for 10 years because he allegedly killed someone. But the detective that put him in prison, he seeks him out, and he's like, okay, I want to get this right this time. Who did it? And the story is about this theater group where Oliver was a part of this theater group. And suddenly the people just became the characters that they were playing. And then this old rivalry went bad. That's all I know. On the front page, it says, like Donna Tartt's A Secret History, L Rio's sparkling debut as a richly layered story of love, friendship, and obsession by Cynthia de Prixuini. If this is a little bit similar to Donna Tartt's writing, A Secret History, that's kind of like the mother of Dark Academia, and that book was so good as well. I think this could be amazing. I am just slowly getting into Dark Academia. I really love that genre as well. It's dark, but I can take it. Those kind of books I can take, not other dark books. But Dark Academia, yeah, it's really interesting. Okay. Then I have a little romance book. I think it's also romantasy, I guess. It's about the London season, so Bridgerton vibes. I am not a huge Bridgerton fan. I have not read the books, but the TV show, I think I saw like the first season and then like half of the second season. It was too much for me. Come on, that was too much. But everyone is just so into it. But that was too much, and I don't know, because I love romance books. I love romantasy, but that show I did not really like. So I'm a weirdo, I know. Anyways, London season, you follow Theodora, and Theodora has been cursed by this fairy. With that curse comes that Theodora is really saying things as they are. She's very bluntly, and because of that, no one really likes her that much because she's supposed to be this sweet little girl. Be nice for the London season, right? She struggles with finding a man because of this curse. But then Elias learns about Theodora being cursed, and then she gets dragged into this whole very political thing, I guess. Can she fall in love with just half a soul? I guess that's the big question. So I am very excited to get to this book. I have not read a book from Olivia Atwater before, so I hope this will be amazing. And this was not available at my library or my audiobook ebook app. So this was a purchase that I can stand in for, right? Yes. Then we have 10 minutes and 38 seconds in this strange world by Elif Şafak. And you do follow this woman who is about to die. She has 10 minutes left and 38 seconds. And she gets all of these flashbacks. And then you learn why she is in this situation that she's in. And I think it's going to be a little bit heavy at times. It's going to be serious. But I have heard great things, and the concept just sounds really interesting as well. I have read The Island of Missing Trees by Elif Şafak, and that book was a 3.8 stars for me. So not the best, not the worst, but the pacing was a bit slow and there were a lot of nature descriptions. So I am hoping that the pacing will be a little bit faster in this one. Yes. Okay, then we have 7 Days in June by Tia Williams, and this is a romance book. But I also think there could be some heavy topics in this book. You do follow these two writers, and when they were young, I don't know if they were teenagers or in their early 20s, they had this very heated romance affair. And then they randomly meet at this writer's events, an event for writers. Anyways, they meet there randomly, and then you learn why they didn't have contact with each other after their very good romance affair back then. I have heard great things about this. I have heard really, really great things about this. So, yeah, I cannot wait to start this. And it's also part of Reese's Witherspoon's book club. So I think that could be a good sign. Some of the books in there are definitely really, really good. Then I have I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman. This book is written in French and it has been translated. And I have heard so many great things about this book. It's just really rising in popularity, right? In the last couple of years. It's about this group of women who has been kept underground. And then this girl was born underground. And one day they get released, and it's all about that. I guess it's also about female rights. I just started this book last night, and hopefully within this next week, I will have finished it. That's my plan. Let's see how that is going for me. Yeah, but that's my plan. Then we have the last book, and that is Blood Over Brighthaven by Emil Wang. This is a fantasy book, not a romantasy book. And you follow Ski Owner, and she gets this job at the High Majesty at the University of Magics and Industry. So it is a fantasy book. Usually women do not get these kinds of jobs, but Skiona did, and all of the men there are mad at her because they don't want to work with a woman, but she needs a lab partner, so she gets assigned with the janitor, and those two discovers this secret. That's all I know. I have heard so many great things about this as well. This is a standalone fantasy, so I don't know if that's a good sign. But since I have heard so many positive things about this, I think that it's going to be great, right? Yeah. My very nice husband got me my favorite series. He was like, okay, you have talked about this series so much, and here's your Christmas gift. And it's the Acotar series. I have it right here. This is the fifth book. I love the Acotar series. This is the best romance romantic series that's out there. Come on, it is, right? You do follow Fairer, sorry. She finds herself in fairyland because she accidentally, I still cannot say that word, but accidentally kills a fairy. And her punishment is to go to live at the fairyland with this guy, Tamlin. And yeah, there's so much stuff going on in this series. It's a long series. It's not finished yet, but it's so good. It's by Sarah J. Maas, and she is doing a really good job with romantasy series, but also just the whole fantasy part of it. Like there's so much going on, and it's just so good. But the romance part in here, yeah, right. Book 2, I did not see coming, and I don't want to spoil much more because if you don't know, then the experience of going through that is just going to be amazing. So read this if you're into romantasy because it's the best. It really is. I love it so much. And if you did not like this series, I don't know what is wrong with you. Okay, I get why romantasy is not for everybody, but if it is, read this. That was it. I have talked a lot, so I'm gonna stop now. I hope that you enjoyed this and that I will see you in another video. Take care, my friends. Bye bye.